Nutcrackers, and it doesn't have many reviews on QVC.com, but all of them are 5 stars. People are loving these. They are a clearance price. They were $27. You can get them for $18.99. So it's an $8 savings on something that you will have for years and years. This is a collector's gift. This is something for that gift of someone in your family who, you know, has, whether it is the loves to ski person, this is our skier. Whether it is our outdoorsman, we have our fisherman with the little fish by his side. And then if you've got the baker, or you are someone who makes those Christmas cookies with the grandkids like my grandma used to, we have our beautiful baker right here. 3 easy payments of $6.33. They give you that true Nutcracker look, and they are going to be 16 inches high, but our friends on QVC.com are raving about these. Cheryl Reed left a review that says, I have my skier on display with a whole motif, and she posted pictures if you want to go check it out, with that beautiful sort of like snow village. You add these in, it adds that instant like fun and that character to your space. But the thing about these is they have the personality. So it's not just the classic Nutcracker, which is all well and good that we know from maybe the Nutcracker Ballet. These have that kind of persona of our loved ones or of the places we love, whether you have that mountain house, whether you have something that you just need a little height to your space, whether it's the kitchen island, whether it's the dinner table. These are going to bring that as that collector's piece, and you have all those incredible details. So we have our skier right here, and I am making it one of my missions, obviously, to start shopping early for Christmas this year. And 2, I want to ski. And I know I'm late in life to decide to start skiing, and I might be a liability as far as injuries, but that is my mission, and I want you all to keep me honest on that. Yeah, but we're trying something new every year. This is, you've got the ski poles right here, the skis, the cute little boots with the fur on here. And then we have our fisherman. I love this fisherman because you've got that plaid motif. And these are things that you can leave out all year long. So maybe you have that lake house. Maybe you have the beach house that you always spend time fishing with your loved ones. Get this home. He's got that great vest on with the plaid, his catch of the day, and that basket. And you're also getting these details all the way around. Now, Kringle Express is our own proprietary brand here at QVC. That's why we're able to bring you such great quality, but at an incredible price. And now, I have to warn you, our baker is the most limited. He is about to sell out for the day, just like the cookies, because he has such great details on him. That gingerbread man right here, we have his little apron and the gingerbread. The rolling pin is super cute. And then we also have that stand as well. All of those details. He also has that green and red theme, which obviously we're thinking of Christmas, but it reminds me of the Italian cookies that I used to make with my grandma. You know, I am not a baker, but that woman would make hundreds of cookies every year for everyone, and I was a handy sidekick. So this is something you pick up. Maybe it reminds you of that loved one. Maybe it's something that you just need a little fun and whimsy to your space. This is it at $18.99. You've got that little mustache on this guy, which I love. You decide whether you want the very popular baker, our fisherman, or our skier. But you can't go wrong with any of these. At this price point, you could also pick up more than one. Add these to those Christmas villages. This is a collector's piece that looks like it's something that you've had for years and years, but it's that incredible quality from Kringle Express. You're getting details all around. And I know that when we think of the Nutcracker, we think of the ballet, we think of those displays, whether they're in the windows of the department stores. This is that fun twist that gives you that kind of your own spin on what a Nutcracker is. But 3 easy payments of $6.33 will get this home, an incredible gift. And this is something that if you picked up any of the light displays, maybe it was the candy earlier in the show, you can add this into those decors, to those tablescapes, and really add that dimension. I love the idea of, if you were doing those tablescapes for the holidays, if you're having guests, putting these in those areas where you want to add a little difference in height. So maybe you put this by your cookbooks and you keep it out all year long. Maybe you have it by those candles from Home Reflections that we started our show with. It is something that is going to last with you for years and years. And you can see all of that incredible detail. Now, it has a wood construction on it. So this is all carved. It is hand painted. And 3 easy payments of $6.33 will get it to your front door. but this is our only order of the year. And I will say, we are in June, and Christmas is, you know, when you want this, when you are thinking about picking this up, it may not be here. So at a clearance price, you decide whether you want that skier. We have our fisherman, and then we have our baker. The baker is our most popular. You're saving $8 if you get this home. Now, we've had over 150 of these sold in this presentation alone, and I don't know if it's just because you love that story of the fact that I don't know how to bake, but these are the ones you want to get home right now. Look at those details on the eye, and if you were thinking of making those own traditions with your own family, maybe you've just had your first grandchild, maybe you know, you have a son or daughter who is hosting Christmas for the first time. This is the gift you bring them as that hostess gift of the welcome, of just something I'm thinking of you as. This would also be great as a bill to ship to, but this at a clearance price I cannot promise will stick around as we go into the holidays. If you can pick up more than one, maybe pick up two and have them flank a bookcase or the kitchen island. You decide whether you want that skier. I would advise you don't actually use these for any nutcrackers. You know, don't put actual nuts in here. I don't think they're food safe. Then we have our fisherman. And then our baker is saying, I am walking right out the door. I've been wildly popular, and we've had over 100 of me sold in this presentation. Item number H473582. Did I go to school for puppetry? No, but, and it shows. Call 800-500-7590 to get these home. If you want to get into the holiday spirit, these are going to be a fantastic addition to your home. If you are someone who fishes, who has that lake house, you know, I think of one of my best friends, Noah, has a house up in New Hampshire on the lake and spends summers fishing with his grandfather. What a great gift to have and have on display all year round. If you have that mountain house, if you are someone who loves to bake, these don't have to just be for the holidays. There's something you can put out right now and have all year long. Item number H473582. These are collector's gifts, and as our friend Cheryl Reed says, these are going to look beautifully if you have that Christmas display. So Cheryl has these with a Christmas village and has them around an entire like ski motif. You know, my first job for QVC was before I even became a host here. I was hired as a host for our streaming platform, and I hosted the Christmas special at Elvis Presley's Graceland, which was huge. I had the time of my life, and we got to do a whole Christmas presentation in front of his hall of suits, all of his like wardrobe pieces. And in that show, we had collector's pieces that were super popular, and people loved them because we had different displays of nutcrackers like this, but they had the different Elvis themes. If you were looking for something that has something that relates to those pieces of your life, whether it is the person who loves to be outdoors, loves to ski, pick up our skier. If you are someone who loves to fish, loves to be on the water, pick up our fisherman with that little green fish. I wouldn't recommend you eat any green fish. And then we have our baker. The baker has been wildly popular. You've got that gingerbread right here in his hand, as well as in the apron, a little candy cane, and that rolling pin. So he's ready to make those Christmas cookies. Details all the way around, but I don't want you to wait on this baker because we have had well over 100 already out the door in this show. Now 150 are already out the door. So if you're waiting on this, we've had, oh wait, over 250? Oh, for everyone. Oh, for all of our friends here included. Over 250. Check out of those carts, $18.99. Where else can you find that quality and craftsmanship? It's item number H473582. All right, now we have my pick of the show, and this is just magic. It's from Mr. Christmas, and it is a 6.5-inch recordable shatterproof keepsake ornament